Hey, what's going on? Tommy here. The daily dose today of gratitude, right? The daily dose of thanks. Today is really about something I have been on my mind because of Russell Brand and Michaela Peterson. They had a conversation about vegan, carnivore, and I ask you, are you vegan? Are you carnivore? Which side are you on? Which one are you versing? You know, Vegan versus carnivore is I wanted to give my 2 cents on this because I truly believe that, uh, diets are totally different. Some people, everyone should probably adjust their diet a bit and take more of the items that are, highly processed out of it. That is something we can definitely understand. But in general, I just kind of wanted to give something about vegan versus carnivore. I did carnivore diet for a few weeks, and honestly, like I got this real great energy from it, and it I could really see how it could help people, who really are have different disorders that are difficult to get rid of, right? Because it really was this like grounding energy, really gave me focus, so I could see that. Also, with the vegan thing, I've done juice cleanses before, and I remember the first time I did a juice cleanse for 2 weeks. It was kind of difficult at first, but like within the second week, I was like, wow, this is really cool energy. You know, it really gave me a focus as well. It was less grounding. It was more like, yeah, it was interesting. These are very different energies. Um, I myself, I'm a firm believer that we should be good to all people, right? All others, and some people are like vegan because you shouldn't hurt animals and this and that, and some people are vegan because you shouldn't have pets, But I don't fully know the vegan thing. But one thing I do know is when I tried, strictly vegan with that cleanse, the juices, obviously, and I tried strictly carnivore. These are two totally different sides of the spectrum, but they both offered me uh, a result that was much better than highly processed food. So, what I'm trying to tell you here is I don't think you should bash people because of their way of life, especially when it comes to what they eat. Like even if you fully believe like we shouldn't kill animals and like genuinely carnivore has helped a lot of people who have had difficulties that, drugs and other holistic means wouldn't be able to help them, you know? So it's like you with the vegan argument there, it's like don't kill animals, but you're almost like hurting this human who that's really the only way out, eating meat. The second thing, I know I'm a little bit more meat bias here because I grew up in a meat and potato sort of family. Um, we could have definitely had a few more veggies on our table. I'll tell you that. But actually wasn't bad to be fair. But what I'm saying is I totally understand it. You can go full veggie. Like it's very doable. I don't know if that's what I want to do because I don't think we should shock the system in the areas where we don't need to, if we don't need to. And what I mean by that is ultimately like, just because maybe we're finding out that meat isn't the best thing for the environment and stuff like that, doesn't mean we got to rip it out of people's mouths. Like there was a quote I remember the teacher told me about, like the Dalai Lama, and um, was it the Dalai Lama? The Dalai Lama was not the Dalai Lama, the Buddha when he was like human and he was, he left his rich family and he was, just humbly begging on the streets. Um, but maybe I think that was a lesson, but the Dalai Lama was actually teaching about it. Went to see the Dalai Lama in Louisville, Kentucky. That was pretty cool. And the lesson here was like, oh, should we be vegan because, then we don't hurt animals. And he gave this instance of, if a beggar is on the street with a bowl, it doesn't matter if they're gluten free or vegan or whatever sort of issue, they have with their food. Like if someone gives them food, they're gonna eat it and they're gonna be grateful for it and it's gonna heal them because of the, literally the how grateful they are for it. Like that is a big part of the aspect. You know, not against eating in front of the TV, but I have gone through different like diet programs, and really just being present with your food is really a healthy way of eating it. It really makes it more healthy than like you don't realize until you turn the TV off, if you have the TV on, that you eat a little bit slower when it's not there. But of course, just like anything, once you learn it, you know, you can slow yourself down if you're consciously in that moment. Some people use television to, have conversation around the table. You know, you can have conversation, I guess, without it too, but it's a nice thing to not rip ways of lives out of people's, just hands. Like, if people are having a way of life that is in general not necessarily hurting a lot, then why not keep it? And I guess vegans might say like we're hurting all these animals. Then I get it, I get it. But like societally, for thousands of years, we've eaten all sorts of stuff, and then all of a sudden, within like a few decades, 100 years, granted, there are places on the planet that haven't eaten meat, but this is where I'm saying we're like different cultures are brought up differently, and it's just a good idea to, as long as people aren't like being, hurtful, allow people to keep their culture, keep their traditions, right? And, we'll just take a little bit more time to get there. Like, we don't need to start changing real quick. Like, it's not, if things are gonna like fall apart in the next decade if we don't change stuff, they're gonna fall apart anyway. I'm a firm believer in that. And I'm also a firm believer in the fact that I don't think they're going to fall apart, because we are all becoming a bit more aware. And, someone who likes a steak, or someone who likes a juice cleanse and likes the vegan lifestyle as well, you can enjoy that sort of thing. Man, I want to keep going, but there's no real like. I'll leave this maybe for another day, but I really just want you to decide like vegan versus carnivore. Maybe just let them both be. You know, um, some people need vegan for a certain period of time, and some people need carnivore for a certain period of time, and then they get back to whatever it is. And really, you know, keep this on the down low. It might really just have to do a lot more with the fact of what is being processed how. You know, if we're making something vegan, but then like it's highly processed, that's probably not as good as like a grass fed, animal that's been, having a great life, and wasn't slaughtered in, right after being taken out of its prison cell, right? Like you see those pictures with the chickens, right? They're like imprisoned. That's not good for the food. That's not good for the animal. That's not good for anyone. So the process is what I think we need to change. Being more present with the food, appreciating it more. I've got friends who go hunting and they really appreciate, what's going on there, because they like eating animals, meat, but like, and so do I. Like, you are able to, appreciate its life and really take the whole. I'm going to stop right there, because I think this is a good topic to talk about another day, because it goes deep and it goes spiritual. Um, you know, we can talk about, ancient cultures, when they would hunt animals and, they would pray around them, right? So uh, I think that's the focus. That's the process you need to add into like, hunt and just saying grace before a meal, right? Like, even if it's just in here, but words always make things matter more, don't they? Gosh, I appreciate you so much. Please comment so we can keep dialoguing. And beyond that, I just hope you have the best day. Whatever you eat, I hope you're a little bit more present with it today. And I hope you're a little bit more open to other people's beliefs today, especially, with that initial kind of rule, the golden rule. Don't be a douchebag to others, and they won't be a douchebag to you. You know, sorry for using that sort of terminology, but it's kind of like be good to others. I feel like it's been overused sometimes. But yeah, let's be good to others. I don't appreciate you. Oh, and remember, even if we don't like each other, we are appreciating each other with our senses right now. So we got to figure out what we're doing and see what we can learn from each other. Right? Let's do it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a really nice day.